Hello there, folks. I'm Dan Brown from a sort of interesting life.com, and today you're joining me in one of my all-time favourite places. I wanted to dedicate one entire video to just one single field, and this is about the second field outside of Oswestry, depends on which way you're entering or leaving the town from. And admittedly, it is a very big field, I should say, but I wanted to just take a moment to actually show you the sort of place that I really sort of grew to love the outdoors. And this field is somewhere, I mean, this is a time lapse, believe it or not, that you're watching here. And you can see what a beautiful day it was, that you can barely tell anything's going on at all. But really, I wanted to just take a moment to actually focus and show you all the sort of places that I spent so much of my pre-boat life in my 20s, and I can't explain to you how much I love this place. And as I say, it is admittedly a very, very big field. But you can see just from these clips, from this one little area that's maybe about 20 minutes from the town centre, just how fantastic it is. And when you have a look in a second as we look over at the view across some of the flat areas of Shropshire, I mean, if I gave you the full panorama, it's like you see miles and miles into the distance, like a huge panorama around, which unfortunately I haven't got a clip of for this video. But ultimately, like I say, this is the sort of place that made me think, perhaps I do want to spend as much time as I can outdoors. Perhaps I do want more of this in my life, and ultimately led me to end up with a little narrowboat tootling about on the canal. And again, there's so many little details and so many little stories that have gone on in this field, and I've been up here with all sorts of different people at every time of day. I've been literally up here in the middle of the night, as in literally midnight. And again, I mean, here's just an example. You can't really tell from this clip, I suppose, of the view, but that little white speck just to the right of those houses, right off in the distance, is one of the massive radio telescopes in relation to the Jodrell Bank Observatory up at Manchester. But again, I say that's a massive one. It's very big compared to any telescope that I have used, but not as big as the Jodrell Bank, like the Lovell telescopes. But as I always say though, with these videos and whenever I'm showing you the great outdoors here, I mean, just look at where we are, look at the weather, and look at how incredibly fortunate that I've been to be able to spend any time here, yet alone so much of my early years. And I mean, you saw the little clip of my laptop out on the tree stump before while I was filming with the camera. And I mean, I used to come up here with my old laptops and sometimes just with notebooks and that, and be up in these fields and in the woods just behind them, typing away, and then head down. I mean, nobody cared what I was writing about, and nobody ever read any of those little books of my early years. But again, it's all fun and games, and it's all really just the experience of being out here in nature. Anyway, I'll wrap things up and say thank you so much for watching. Check out my other videos and the links in the description for loads more outdoors and boat life, and my short Kindle books if you're really interested and want to help me out. But as always, have an absolutely fantastic day, keep it boot worthy, keep it boat worthy, and of course, farewell.